Hold on, let me see. Let me get in. Finally in a different game, bro. I had to leave that Madden trash game away, bro. That game was gonna get me sick, bro. Every time I get on that game, bro. I gotta learn how to play that game better, though. Ooh, talk to me. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. Let's see what this guy's got for me on this.
Capitalism.
I got Bella 52, 55. He got a good record. He's about to be near same as 55 dubs.
How about this venue, ladies and gentlemen? I'm Todd Grisham, and we are live here at the one-of-a-kind Empire Fight Camp. Next
Yes, sir.
to me, of course, is Johnny Nelson.
I feel like a fraud. How have I got these ringside seats?
It's time for our tale of the tape. So it's Lerone Richards. He's 5'10" tall with a reach of 6. Up first, it's Lerone Sniper the Boss Richards. Always comes looking to entertain the crowd. Amir Khan, one of the finest fighters Britain's ever produced. Olympic.
This bout is skipped.
I'm ready for this match, bro. I'm ready for this match, bro.
Between these two really accomplished fighters. Let's see how they come out.
Bro's already throwing crazy punches already?
He misses with that jab. Usually you don't have to worry about getting a sunburn when you're fighting, Johnny, but that's certainly the case today with the sun blazing.
In such heat, the cornermen need to be able to do their job. Think about what they're doing. One to cool you down, one to ice you back, one to give you instructions in your head, and one to just calm you to tell you what you're doing right and what you're doing wrong. Because that's the most important thing. Forget about the heat. Forget about everything else.
Halfway through the round, and I don't know who's got the advantage. Great stuff.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. She's like a match made in heaven.
Nice defense with that jab. Timing beats speed. Speed beats power. The straight right just misses. Nice counter shot. Despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. Let's talk about Richards in that last round. That bell could not have come soon enough. And there's the bell for round two. So not the best round, but let's see if they can turn it around here.
They've had 1 minute to recover. Now they've got to bluff it. They've got to bluff it. They've got to come out now and style it out. Get on the back foot, jab, rest on the jab. Be smart and pop until your legs come back. Then put the pressure on.
This fighter focuses on that outside game. You don't see them get hit too often. You don't see them in trouble a lot, but that's what their mantra is.
You want to corner an outside fighter, make them fight off the rope because they don't want to do that. They don't want to stand still. They want to move left to right. Pin them down. Throw a blanket on them.
This guy is only doing power punches.
When are we going to see a jab from these two? Which one of these athletes is going to say, I can't take it anymore? You got to like what you're seeing as we reach the halfway point of this round.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I got to respect both of them. More than happy.
Catch and shoot. This fighter's always on their toes, trying to get their opponent rattled, get them off kilter, get them out of their rhythm.
These are my kind of fighters, boxing on the edge of the ring, using the jabs, using the footwork, moving left to right. It's like a bull in a matador.
We wanted action, and they are giving us action. You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. Let's talk about Richards in that last round.
Why is Blow bleeding
on
on him?
Desperation mode here. On to the third. That corner has got to find a way to get some momentum behind their fighter.
This is one of those situations. You've just been hurt. You've got to get out there again. Be smart. Be sharp. Don't be a fool. Don't get suckered in. Make him fight your fight. Hold him. Tie him up just until your head clears again and your legs come back again. Because if you don't, he's going to pop you off.
Every time they drop their guard, they get caught. Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. There's a scoring blow. Well done with that counter shot. These two are the perfect dance partners.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
Cannot throw out a lazy jab in this fight. You'll get knocked out. It's knockout or bust for both of these fighters. Just as quickly as it slows down, it heats back up. A very competitive round with 10 seconds left. Let's talk about Richards in that last round. Well, this is the time that the trainer needs to come in and say something special. This fighter needs to... Here we go in round 4. Who's going to land the first big shot? It has been all one-way traffic. How do they turn this around?
That was a tough last round. Now you've got to make sure he doesn't put it on you, and that's what he's going to try and do. So tie him up, hold him, lean on him. Don't get drawn into a fight. Not yet. Not until your senses have come back.
There's been a significant aggression difference in this fight, Johnny. What do you see?
Sometimes when you have a fight, the best way to beat a fight is not give them what they want. Because they want to get you there. They want you to stand there toe-to-toe with them and have a tell. That's what they do in the gym every single day of the week. What you've got to do is you've got to frustrate them as they set their shots. Get out of the way. And they'll get so angry, so frustrated because they can't work.
Nice counter. Looking to land the hook. Back and forth they go in this round. The momentum continues to shift.
Perfectly matched. Skill for skill. Tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you. And so I've got to respect both of them. More than happy.
He misses with that jab. Every time he throws a punch, a receipt is coming right back. Nice punch. parries that jab away. This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. Let's talk about Richards in that last round. Well, he is in big trouble here. He may have been safe. Here we go in round 5. Who's going to land the first big shot? So the fight will continue. How do they turn things around?
Well, he knows he's being hurt. He's going to come out and put the pressure on. He's going to throw the kitchen sink at you. You've got to be ready for that. Don't fight fire with fire. Hold him off. Be smart because he's going to try and put you under pressure. He knows your legs have gone. He knows your head's not cleared. Be sharp.
What do you think of this fight so far, Johnny?
Middleweights always gives us a class. If you've got 2 class middleweight fighters, you are in for action. I'm quite sure right now, if you know your boxing, there's a certain fighter, I would just say marvelous, but some fighters were unbelievable middleweight.
They missed with the jab. Big shots from both these fighters. Got to be careful, though.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. Just like a match made in heaven.
The jab doesn't quite connect. Beautiful counterpunch. Look at the hand speed and footwork between these 2 elite-level middleweights. Good job stopping that uppercut. Very close round with 10 seconds to go. Talk about Richards in that last round. From this moment forward, he cannot afford to lose them. On to the 6th round. Off their stools and ready to go. Let's hope this round is more competitive.
They've had 1 minute to recover. Now they've got to bluff it. They've got to bluff it. They've got to come out now and style it out. Get on the back foot, jab. Rest on the jab. Be smart and pop until your legs come back. Then put the pressure on.
Those counter punches have to hurt. This fighter's sort of the death by 1,000 paper cuts approach. He'll hit you 1,000 times before you can land one.
So you're getting in there with somebody that's so fast, you're prepared to take a licking because you've got to get some before you get in close.
You can tell who's stronger and who's faster. We wanted action, and they are delivering. Can they figure out the combination to this safe?
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
We hear that old phrase, second win. You've got to find it somehow.
Now this is about desire. This is about character. This is about want.
Both men step back for just a moment. The straight right just misses. This round could go either way. 10 seconds to go. Let's talk about Richards in that last round. As bad as boxing judging can be sometimes, there's... Here we go. It's round 7.
It's up by
that
4
last round was
points.
huge for him, Johnny. How does he keep the momentum going?
card. My motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
As we enter the final frames of this bout, Johnny, what have we seen so far?
We have a fight that's got that great footwork and that great hand speed. It's so hard. It's an uphill battle.
Nice work to block that right uppercut. They're both trying for a knockout. Halfway through the round, I'm not sure who's winning it.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them. More than happy.
The only fear you have with this fighter is, has he punched himself out? How much confidence do you build when your opponents hit you with their best shot and you walk right through?
The middleweights are the best you can ever come across. Obviously, the glamour weight is a heavyweight, but the middleweight, it's the size of the average man or woman. When you get in there and you're letting the shots go, you've got power, you've got speed, you've got pace. You can stand, you can dance, you can do everything.
You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. Talk about Richards in that last round. And a round that seemed like eternity for them finally comes to a close.
You know, I've been in...
And we enter the 8th round. After that last round, something has got to change.
That was a tough last round. Now you've got to make sure he doesn't put it on him.
And you knew this was coming. They're going to take a knee.
That must have really dented the ego. You don't want your opponent to see you do that.
You'd like to see more jabs. Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. This is the kind of fight you expect from two world-class elite middleweights. And Richards just got buzzed.
Wait, what?
How about that impact? Let's see that again in slow motion.
A shot from the gods. Took...
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Listen to me. Are you okay?
So the fight will continue, but what does the game plan have to look like now?
Well, now it's about getting back to the corner, freshen up, get new instructions given to you, and they've got to G you up. They've got to tell you what you're doing wrong and what you're doing right.
It's all offense all the time. Nice idea with the hook, but that's blocked. So final 10 seconds of the round, and he is looking really sharp.
GG. He won that one.
Another win, another unanimous decision victory.
Unanimous. You know what? Smart, that is. A total change of styles to make sure they got it. At every round in the bag.
Here we are getting ready for this showdown between these two fighters. Should be a good one. I'm Todd Grisham. Alongside me, former world champion Johnny Nelson.
Looking forward to this one, Todd.
Time for our tale that's Sugar Ray Robinson. One of the most Tartan Tornado, Josh Taylor, one of the best fighters in the history of the United Kingdom and certainly out of Scotland, the undisputed light welterweight champion of the world.
They have waited for this fight for so long, Todd. This is ridiculous.
This bout is scheduled for 8 rounds of boxing. Fighting out of the red corner, from New York, here is one of boxing's all-time greats with 174 wins in his 201 fights. A welterweight champion of the world, a 5-time middleweight champion of the world, Sugar Ray Robinson. Fighting out of the blue corner, a boxing sensation from Scotland, a hard-hitting, undisputed 140-pound champion of the world, Josh the Tartan Tornado.
What a pleasure it is to be here in this environment. What a venue for this showdown.
You couldn't buy a seat in this place. You'd be very lucky if you're ringside, but you know what? Watch it from home, you've got everything on the plate.
Thousands. And we're off and running between these two really accomplished fighters. Let's see how they come out. Nice idea with the jab, but does not land. Hey, those punches add up. Neither one of these fighters want to see the judges' scorecards. I know boxing fans around the world feel like Christmas morning with these two finally in the ring.
You have certain fighters that are born for this, that are made for the big crowd. And looking at corner right there, that is that fighter right there. They have elevated, lifted, it's like they're not touching the ground. This is what they were born for.
This has been a very competitive round as we reach the midway point.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them more than happy.
He just misses with that jab. Timing beats speed. Speed beats power. One punch could change anything when these two step in the ring. Very close round with 10 seconds to go. Talk about Robinson in that last round. Well, there was no doubt about who won. Here we go, round 2. Who's going to land the first big shot? This fight has been very one-sided. What are we going to have in this round?
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
This counter-puncher is going to wait for you to move first, and then will strike like a snake. Keep an eye on this guy.
Reaction is second to none. It's the blink of an eye, and they're waiting for any little twitch you do. So you've got to fight a counter-puncher smart.
And that right jab just misses. Time they drop their guard, they get caught. Straight right just misses. Halfway through the round, and it's pretty much even Steven.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. Just like a match made in heaven.
This fighter fighters completely content to sit back and let you make the first move. That's where they thrive.
Counterpuncher's my favorite kind of fighter. A good counterpuncher, they're the people that make the history of our sport.
Nice counter shot. When are we going to see a jab from these two? Despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. Let's talk about Robinson in that last round. I promise you, all three judges here are going to give that round to you-know-who. And there's the bell for round three. They've got all the momentum on their side after that last round. Let's see what they do here.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
Insane action! Nice punch. You'd like to see more jabs. Straight right just misses. Catch and shoot. Good fight so far. Both of these fighters have had their moments.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
What do you think of what we've seen so far from these two boxers, Johnny?
Now you've got two fighters that are absolutely shattered. What gets you through? Willpower. Calm, because if you panic, you get desperate. If you get desperate, you make mistakes. If you make mistakes, you get knocked out.
Beautiful counter shot. Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. Very competitive round with 10 seconds left. Let's talk about Robinson in that last round. Well, we know they've got the advantage so far, but how does this match get turned around? And there's the bell to start round four. That round was complete domination. Let's see if we can shake things up here in this round.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
Nice counter shot. That jab won't score. Correct me if I'm wrong, but when you're dealing with someone with so much speed, you've got to get your timing right.
Some fighters are just gifted. Gifted with such hand speed, footwork, movement. They are gifted. They are the chosen few.
It's knockout or bust for both of these fighters. Can they figure out the combination to this safe?
Skill for skill, tap for tap. She's like a match made in heaven.
Good job stopping that uppercut. Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. Every time they throw a shot, they get countered. Well, you know, in this division, you got to have speed and you got to have footwork, or you're going to be a cooked goose.
It's the one who draws first blood, Todd. That's what you've got to look at. If you're there and you know you're in there with a banger, you've got to be on it, but you've got to be confident.
Every time he throws a punch, this round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. Let's talk about Robinson in that last round. They've got the momentum. They've got the advantage. How do they carry that into the next round? Time for the 5th round. Coming off that great round, let's see if they can build on momentum here.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
That counter shot lands. This is a high-octane battle. Beautiful counter punch. That uppercut can't get through. Seen in the past from this fighter, they don't get concerned when they lose some of the earlier rounds because they know they've got that power that can strike at any moment.
That power might be the do or die. That power might be the equalizer.
They exchange punches. Jab doesn't find a home. Both men step back for just a moment. And he wasn't ready for that counter punch. Well done with that counter shot. They miss with the jab. You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. Let's talk about Robinson in that last round. That was almost a 10-8 round. Complete dominance.
As long as they don't get...
On to the 6th round. Well, Johnny, can he keep the momentum going after that last huge round for him?
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
Here we go with the lightweights. Get ready to see some blazing hand speed and fancy footwork.
What you've got to do, Tony, is anticipation. You've got to wait. You just got to throw caution to the wind and just hope. You're never going to know where the shots are coming from.
Hold on, got to cut you off here, Johnny. And this fight is over. And he dropped him. The perfect sniper shot. Let's watch it again. It happened. You saw it here live. A knockout win. Congratulations.
Well, there's no argument right there. You say it. Night-night.